Hello, I'm PDYX.
And I'm AntKeepsGaming, and welcome to Playing It Wrong, the show where we play random online Nintendo games and talk about them.
That's right, each episode we're going to take one random NES game and one random SNES game from the games available on the NSO service on the Nintendo Switch, and we're going to play them for at least 30 minutes each and talk about our opinions of those games.
Playing It Wrong, Episode 3.
This is episode 3, and we are talking about Metroid, and it's Super Kirby's Dream Land 3. Is that the title?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I should have pulled it up. It's a long name, yeah.
Yeah, Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Kirby's Dream Land 3, no Super.
Yeah, not yet. That's when it gets remastered for the Switch. That's when it becomes Super Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Just Kirby's Dream Land 3. All right, well, big picture, how was this week compared to the other weeks? Best week so far?
Yeah, I'd say it's the best week. I think these games were more enjoyable. I'd say Metroid's still harder. Definitely, at two ends of the spectrum. Metroid was hard in its own way.
That's true.
And then Kirby's just like a pleasant stroll, take it easy sort of thing.
Definitely. That's true. This is like our challenging versus easy. But I mean, all the NES games are challenging. At least all the ones we've played. I think all of them, period. But then let's talk about Metroid first, the NES game. How long, no criticism here, I know we're trying to at least play for 30 minutes just to get a feel for these games. Like, how long were you able to play Metroid for?
I think it was near, I wouldn't say it's that dead on half hour, but I always try and aim for near enough to half hour. It's like 20 something minutes. I don't know what it is. I said, check out video. It'll tell you. I'm bad at remembering.
No worries. Well, I was like, how far did you get? Because I mean, that's kind of the hard part about playing Metroid in 30 minutes.
That is the question, because I don't know how far I got, because it's continuous. Right. You don't know where you're going, and you get to a certain point. I think when I was doing it live on Twitch, people were saying, oh, you can't go through there because you need the freeze gun or freeze weapon. I'm thinking, I have not seen a freeze gun anywhere. Yeah. And I was traveling backwards and forwards, up and down. There was like one bit where you went right into I guess a gate or portal or whatever you call it. Right, and then
the doors.
It goes on to the next scene, which is exactly the same with the same enemies in the exact position. So I just went right again because I have no idea where I'm going. And yeah, just very hard to navigate. And then you get to a certain point, you're like, okay, I'm finally getting somewhere. I just went right 3 times in a row. Different scenery. Yes. Get right to the end. No, you need a weapon or something to get further. So you need to go all the way back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Metroid spawned this genre of games, right? It's like the Metroidvania genre came from Metroid. And here it is, where you traverse back and forth over the same map and get upgrades and stuff like that. I spent about a little more than 30 minutes, maybe more like 45, but for some period of that time, I feel like I was just going in circles.
Yeah.
This time I did look at the manual first, so cheers for that idea is really helpful. Do that, but it's not, after I played it, I was like, I need to look up a walkthrough, which is even more of a cheat, but it's like, if I just want to see more of the game, and I'm not going to bang my head against the wall much more, because I was seriously in a loop, where am I supposed to go next? At one point I got to the rockets, and that's as far as I got, and I should have gone farther with that, but I didn't get much further than that.
Yeah, I got the rockets and then kind of went a tiny bit further. I guess it depends on which way we went. I think the blue purple area, I guess, whatever that was, got there. Yeah. I just didn't know where to go. I'll tell you something right now. Patrick is a sensible one. He looks up the manual. He looks up the map. He's a sensible one. I'm not doing that, so I'm lazy probably.
I recommend it for the NES games especially. I feel like it's necessary. And I think this is the first game. I was kind of feeling this on Kid Icarus, but I feel like even more here, which is I want to come back to this one and beat it.
Yeah, no, I agree. These two games were, even though Metroid was harder, I still found it so much fun. It's and it felt like you stood a chance as well, because you started with like 99 energy and not 100 but 99 for some reason. And then you killed enemies, recovered your health, but it's still hard to knock you down your health quite easily. So at first I was breezing through it. I was like, wow, I can recover my health quite easy here.
Right. With the easy enemies,
yeah. And then I started getting enemies that did like different sort of patterns, and then lava on the floor and everything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a fair point too. Like, it's not easy, it's hard, right? But of the 3 NES games we played, it's the easiest, or the most forgiving, or the most modern feeling, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unlike Kid Icarus, if you fall, you actually fall down to where the previous platforms were, you know what I mean?
You don't have to buy your health in...
Yeah, and there are actual ways to recover your health. And it's just like, I think it's really, it holds up. Like, it feels good to control Samus. And like, this isn't unique to this game, even in that era, but it's not as common where, like, you know, depending on how long you hold the jump button.
Yeah, I realized that halfway through.
You can aim up, you know, in Super Metroid, you can aim at diagonals and stuff, and that feels even better and is a lot more helpful. But like, for the time, it feels like the controls are really tight and you have some options. And like, while it is still a little bit ridiculously challenging because of the enemy patterns and just the amount, and sometimes you're just like, I don't know how to get past this without taking a hit. At least you can recover some health here and there. You know?
Yeah. I at one point halfway through, I started doing save states, not sometimes rewinding, but more save.
I did the whole time.
Yeah, because like I didn't want to go all the way to the end of a certain part and then find out I can't get any further. So I thought, okay, save it here just in case.
No, that's smart.
No, can't go any further, so load it, so then don't go that way.
Yep.
That's what I kind of did towards the end. But again, as you said, I found it hard but enjoyable, but wouldn't mind going back to actually complete it.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of Metroidvanias in general. I haven't played tons and tons of them, but before we even started doing this, I went back and started playing Super Metroid on the SNES app before we had this idea even. And like, it's even better than Metroid. I mean, you know, if you really want to, like, if we get that randomly, we'll obviously play it. But if we don't, I recommend you check that out at some point.
Yeah, I can't wait to, if it comes up in the randomizer next, fingers crossed. But somebody said to me, because I actually thought they meant Metroid, or when they said Super Metroid, I actually thought they meant this one. Right. I little did I know, 2 different games, because I said, oh, guess what? I'm playing the game you like. They said, oh, you're playing Super Metroid. Yes, I'm playing Metroid. Oh, not the one you want. Okay.
No. I mean, like I said, I think this Metroid actually has pretty good controls and stuff for the time, but like Super Metroid improves on that and feels a lot more modern, and the graphics are a lot better, obviously, and stuff like that. And it just holds up really well. It's hard to give a full review of Metroid with just 30 minutes ish of it, but initial impressions are good. And of all the NES games we've played, most recommended so far.
100%.
Yeah. And then is there anything else specific to Metroid you want to talk about?
I can't think of anything. I was thinking maybe the enemies, but I just don't know what to say about them. Just point, shoot.
Yeah, right. Like you said, the first few enemies you encounter, you're like, oh, I got this. And then some of them start being a lot harder.
Yeah, that it's like a combination of like fighting the enemies as well as the stage or level you're on. You don't have to fight 2 things, like, because then you start introducing lava, which I didn't know was lava at first. I thought it was just like maybe some spongy sort of scenery. I walked in, I started leaving the house, and okay, this is probably lava.
Yeah, I think where it feels like an older, less fair game is there were a couple of times, and I don't know if you had this experience, where like you're just moving forward and you just jump to the next place and you just get hit by an enemy who spawns there or whatever. And it doesn't always feel fair. Like you had any warning that there was going to be somebody at that angle or whatever, you know? There were a few times where that felt like a little unfair, but in general, it didn't feel as unfair as some of the old NES games do.
To be fair, the first thing, because I know in the I gotta say the Samus games, the Metroid games, that you can curl up into a ball, you know, smash as well. Like, that's the only time I've known Samus fall. I think I played the Wii game, but not much of it. I've always known Samus could morph into a ball. And I saw this little area. When you first start, you can go left or right. So I thought this little gap. I said, okay, so how do I morph into a ball? I've got to hold down the down button to actually morph into a ball.
Yeah, and you have to get the ability too, right?
No, you didn't get the ability. You've already got it.
What is that's not an ability? Oh, I thought it was what you get over on the side. What do you get in first then?
I don't know what it is. It just doesn't explain to me what it is. But you crawl. I don't know if, or did I jump over? I can't remember. No. Oh, you might be right actually.
I think you have to go to the left to get the morph ball ability.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. I think you're definitely right there. Yeah.
But you're right. When you get a power up, it doesn't really explain it. And it would be nice if some text popped up that was like morph ball ability or like rockets. You're just kind of like, what does this do? Yeah.
Or just like what they did with the rocket, instead of just saying it's a rocket in the shape of a rocket.
But I think that's the bike. That's the manual issue.
Yeah.
Like I think that stuff is in the manual.
As I said, Patrick, sensible one, and not so much.
You're gonna catch on or not, or you're gonna say this every time. I think I might do
I think I might do a non-manual run with these games.
Okay, that's fair. Oh man. Well then let's move on to Kirby's Dream Land 3.
And this is what I said about the two ends of the spectrum. You got like this hard NES game, hard but fun, and you got this one that's just easy and fun.
Definitely very easy.
Oh my god, I breezed through it, but I used a lot of save states on here. And the rewind still, but not for like bad reasons. It's because I've literally never played a Kirby game. Again, the only time I've known Kirby from is Smash Brothers. I know he had games, but so I thought every enemy you can absorb, every enemy, not just some, but all enemies you can absorb and take their power. This is not the case. So I wanted to experiment because it was such a nice, chill game. I thought, okay, let's save a point before I, suck in an enemy. And see if I could get their power or not. That's what I used it basically for.
Well, so and you can push select and spit out the power.
I did not know that, but then I did. But it was more of a case like I was saving a save state just in case it did, like the power up next I got was completely useless.
That's fair. Like if you want to keep the one you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of the things to remember about all these games, and this is me saying this for my own sake, because I just kind of discovered it this time around, because those usually start is just pause, which is the plus button on the Switch controller. But the minus button is select, and that often does stuff in these games. Often critical things, like in Metroid, is how you switch your weapons. And in Kirby's Dream Land is how you switch your power-up. Or you spit it out if you have one you don't want to keep.
I tell you what, I went through everything because there's one mechanic I didn't like about this game. This is the only thing I didn't like. And you're speaking about buttons and stuff. So you got like a partner with you or something? I have no idea who it is. And
wait, what is that guy's name? Yeah, I forget his name.
It's kind of how I see him is like a slime from Dragon Quest, but it's not a slime from Dragon Quest. He's got like a long tongue, and I don't even know what his name is.
I forget. I'm looking it up right now. Keep talking. What do you not like about them?
Sometimes I wouldn't even press. It's like, I think hang on, let me look at my controller.
It's gooey.
Gooey, that's it. Yeah, I actually remember that through the spirits from Smash. It's everything Smash. So when I press A, he just jumps out because I was going through all the buttons and how to. I said there must be a way to get rid of like your power up, and I pressed A and he popped out. Well, I think he popped out straight away. I was like, who is this guy? Like what? And like I was trying to get abilities like from other. I was like, oh, this is a good ability, but then he'll just run ahead and just eat him.
Kill him. Yeah.
If anything,
you can get rid of Gooey though.
Yeah, you've got to absorb him back into yourself again. That's the only way of getting rid of him. If anything, I don't. Sometimes it did help with him being there. Other times he was just in the way.
Totally.
And as I said, going back to controls, I was trying to figure out controls to put get him back in, put him back in Kirby's prison, which is in his stomach somewhere. It's just because I was like, I want to try this power up, but no, he just pops. Sometimes he even comes out automatically. Sometimes I think it's when you're low on health. I mean, it could be me, but when I was low on health, one point I swear he popped out a few times. I didn't press anything, so that was weird. I didn't know how you felt about Gooey popping out every so often.
Yeah, I had the same. Well, I mean, you could control it. There was a button to bring him out.
Yeah, A, I think it was.
Yeah, and it takes one of your health to do it. And there are times, like you said, where he was helpful in times where he was in the way. So I kind of mostly played without him, and then every once in a while I'd accidentally introduce him.
Yeah. And there was like other times as well, like going through the game is so pleasant and stuff. It's like, oh, this is really nice, and just figure out what each power up does, who can give you a power up and stuff. It's like the witch. I thought I was going to get witch abilities. There's a witch and a broom, but no, you just sweep dust. You just do a dust attack with your broom at characters.
Yeah,
that's about it. And there's other places which I thought were a bit redundant. They were like, you go in this doorway and it's just his friend's just there. I don't understand that bit.
Yeah, I think you can actually use the friends, but I never figured out how. Like they can be like helpful to you, and I think they can replace GUI, but I could never figure it out, and I never bothered to look it up. I'm looking it up right now.
You should be the sensible one, Patrick.
I did not read the manual for this game because I didn't think I needed to,
But it was really chill. I mean, you technically don't need to.
Yeah, you can just fly across every level in Kirby games. And that's kind of the point, right? Like that they're easy games for... it says it's the X button to grab a friend or release a friend. So if we had gone up to them and pushed X, we could have gotten them. But I had the same thing. I went and tried to get them. I was like, and it's not working. I'm just going to move on.
I thought there was more of a visual thing. So when we was playing Kid Icarus and we went through the doorways and we killed all those monsters and nothing appeared, I thought it was just like one of those again.
So I think you can ride on them.
Okay.
Like, so it's not like it replaces GUI, I don't think. It actually is like, it doesn't replace Kirby, but Kirby's kind of replaces Kirby. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so.
he like jumps on their back and you're kind of controlling them. So yeah, I didn't ever actually do that. Oh well.
I didn't either, so don't worry. I just thought it was just a visual thing. It's like, I thought it was more like, I guess Sakurai did make all the Kirby games. Please don't help me.
No, I think he only made the first couple. I'm not entirely, like, he doesn't make them now, obviously.
I was just thinking maybe it was just like a visual thing, like, oh look, your friends are here supporting you all the way. Sort of
yeah. I don't think he was involved in this one either. He was just involved in the first couple. Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure. But you know what's funny? I've only played one Kirby game before this, and that I can remember, and it's the one for the Switch. I got it for the Switch to play with my kid, and because I just coming to the Switch, I've been really excited to try all these franchises I've never tried before. So I tried Kirby, and the weirdest thing about playing this game after playing the newest Kirby game is it feels exactly the same. Almost everything in this game is identical to how the new one played. There's a very few differences. And that surprised me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seemed like Samus. I know this is going to be completely two different games, but I felt the same with Samus and Mario Maker. That's why I think when people talk about they should do like a Samus Maker or Metroid Maker or a get Samus into Mario Maker 2, it kind of felt like that, like the Link version of that. You've got like a 2D pixel character running around shooting enemies with your bow/gun if it's Metroid sort of thing. Okay, yeah, just kind of, and the jumping as well, like lava, and then you got like some awkward jumps as well in Metroid. That's what that reminded me of. I don't know if that seemed weird to other people, me saying that, but that's how it felt to me, like Mario Maker, but with Link, but with Samus.
Gotcha. Well, it just like the Kirby games have not evolved, or the mainline ones at least. And I know that's probably not true. I'm sure they're like this Kirby 64 and some of the other stuff is a little bit different, like the weirder, spin-offy ones. But like the mainline experience from this game to Star Allies was very, very similar.
Yeah, I can imagine that as well, because like looking at Star Allies, that's when you have like, was it 4-player co-op on the screen at once?
Yeah, or it's just like GUI, you can have 3 other like computer controlled characters.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking, like that. Like when I was playing it, I said, is this Star like kind of like Star Allies before Star Allies sort of thing? Even though I haven't played it, I've seen it. So yeah, so kind of the same. Have a friend. I actually thought at one point you could shoot. Could you shoot GUI out and attack enemies? I think you could, couldn't you? No.
I know you can shoot, a star out when you eat somebody that you don't take their powers. So maybe you can do that when you do GUI. Yeah, probably. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, and I think I've played this a bit longer as well. I think it was just over 30 minutes with this one.
How far did you get?
I got to the first boss.
World?
Yeah, I got to the first boss.
The tree?
Yeah, tree, yeah. I've got a newfound respect for that. Yeah, wasn't it like, I'm going to say like Wispy Woods or something, but that's something else.
Yes, no, that sounds right. The tree in Kirby. I'm looking it up too.
I've got a newfound respect for that tree. It has a dark side. Yeah. It has a dark side. Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like in Star Allies, Wispy Woods is the first boss too. It's like they're just new iterations of the same game, kind of like Mario. You know, like it's just this 2D Mario games are just all the same kind of. Mm. But if it works, it works, I guess.
It's a remake without it being a remake.
I don't feel interested in going back to beating this one, even though I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard and it wouldn't be that long of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't feel the desire to. It's like, oh, I experienced enough of that game.
I think because it's like so easygoing, it's so chill. I think I've got so many. It's so easy to get a life on there. Like I think I got up to like 10 lives, and you can get so much health. It's so easygoing. You don't really need to prove anything.
No, and if you like the 1 or 2 times where I actually got a little bit low health, it's like, ooh, I'll just fly for a while. You know?
Yeah.
Take it easy and fly above everybody.
Oh, and that was the other thing that was very interesting to me. The whole like long jump at the end of the level. I never quite knew how to work that and what the other stuff meant. I know the maximum tomato was there from Smash. So
I think it was like food or like to heal you or lives.
It was like faces as well. I didn't know what they did.
And I think it was the duration, like how long you hold the button down.
I just button mashed it all. I just didn't know what I was doing at all.
That's good stuff. Do you recommend people play Kirby's Dream Land 3? Like, I don't know that I do, or it's like if you want to experience a Kirby game and you have, you know, Nintendo Online, check it out, and it's probably similar to any other Kirby game based on my limited experience. So there's a free way to see what Kirby's all about, I guess, would be my
I think it's not for. Well, I'd say it's not for professionals, but
professional
gamers like this. I mean, because there's professional gamers that play any game, you know, casual, non-casual, hardcore, whatever. But I think it's
very
more for
casual
gamers for this one. Like, if you ever want to
and
get
young
into
kids,
yeah, definitely.
Great game to introduce people to gaming. Maybe
I just don't know how the young kids are going to complete 3D World. Those last levels, man. Oh my god, they're so hard.
I haven't gotten that far.
They're so hard.
Yeah, they're not going to beat those, right? Are those after credits or are those... I haven't... Anyway, that's not related to it. We'll talk about that after.
Well, if you want to hear more 3D World, you know, subscribe to Super Switchhead's, YouTube channel.
Good stuff. Anything else before we pick our new games on Metroid or Kirby's Dream Land or this week's experience of streaming these games and playing these games?
I can't think of anything. I mean, it'd be good to know what we got next. I think I'm always looking forward to what's next. Except for if it's a sports game.
All right. I want you to... Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be running the randomizer. We're doing this a little differently. Instead of me doing it 5 times, it is randomly just going. You tell me when to stop and I'll let go of the button.
Okay, I'm going to count for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Ooh, okay. We got Star Tropics.
Ooh.
Star Tropics is our NES game, which is another Western exclusive. And we have Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. But I have actually played that one. But I will play it again, and we will talk about it.
Yeah.
What do you think about those two?
I think I played... which one is it? You got Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. I played a little bit of that just to test it out when I had Switch Online. I was just thought, do you know what? Let's play something different for a change. Instead of modern games. Just play this, but I don't know what one that was, so...
Well, that wasn't this one, because you don't play as Donkey Kong in this one. You play as Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong only.
So it must be the first one?
You probably played the first one.
Yeah. That was only like 10 minutes, so don't worry.
Yeah. Well, this is a good game, and I will revisit it, and you will check it out.
For the very first time.
Yeah, and we'll both explore Star Tropics, which I don't know a lot about.
I've heard people play it, and I know some person out there wanted someone from Star Tropics for Smash or something. So,
right?
I don't know.
Cool. Well, I think that about does it then. Yeah, we could talk on Metroid and Kirby's Dream Land 3. Thanks for listening to Playing It Wrong. This podcast is a collaboration between Super Switch Heads and AntKeepsGaming. Check out the weekly Super Switch Heads podcast, and also check out AntKeepsGaming on YouTube. Music is provided